we're here today because you're getting a plaque unveiled.
Yeah, green plaque. The green plaque is to honour the small faces and their connection with Carnaby Street, which was 42 years ago, believe it or not. We virtually well, our office was here above a shop called John Stevens, which was one of the first shops in Carnaby Street. There were no shops over there or anywhere around here. There was only like 2 or 3 shops. All I remember was John Stevens, Lord John, which is on the corner back here, and I think we're almost sitting right outside a shoe shop called Toppers.
Oh,
Yeah. And there was like, it was a huge sort of leap forward in fashions for mods and stuff like that. So, and I was told the other day, and I didn't realise it, that we were the only band that had a direct link with Carnaby Street, which is hence the plaque, you know.
So how come you ended up getting an office here? You know, you're from the East End.
No, I mean, it was our manager, Don Arden, who's Sharon Arden's father. He heard about us and we signed to him, basically. I'm cutting a long story short here.
And I mean, can you, because we've got the horse here, I want it from the horse's mouth, if you don't mind. I mean, you know, it's legendary that he signed you in half an hour. Can you just tell us about that meeting? You went to his office, which was down that way, was it?
He sent his sidekick to see us in Leicester Square. We were playing there, because we had a 6-week sort of, we were playing in this one called the London Cavern, it was then, those days. And we built up this sort of following, and obviously he heard about it, sent down his right-hand man, a guy called Pat Meehan, and said, we think you're great, Don wants to come and wants to sign you, he was here earlier, and we said, no, we're not interested in signing with anyone, we don't want to be like that. And
were you being managed at all at the time?
No. And of course we thought about it afterwards, and the next day we were up here, you know, and so he offered us some money, percentage, or one or the other, and we said, excuse us, we're going outside. We came back and we said, no, we want both. and that's what happened. But in the end,
you got both?
Yeah, we got both, and at the end of the day, we had accounts in the shops down here, and so we spent a lot of money on shirts. I mean, in other words, that's how we got our money, because we couldn't get it any other way. So we became fashion gurus. We were just walking about in the latest togs, you know.
And did you pass the shirts on for a few quid?
No, I didn't actually. I should have done. I wore them, and I was busy on the road, sort of wearing them all. And we wore a lot of the fashion, all the clothes, on TV shows, and you know, we were photographed all the time, you know, in Fab magazine and stuff like that, all the good ones. But I was walking down Carnaby Street yesterday, and in and out of all the little places that they've built behind it and stuff, and there's a common thread that runs right through here, which is the old mod fashion, and especially in shoes and trousers and t-shirts and stuff and tight-fitting things. And it's amazing, because fashion, the mod fashion, or the mod clothes, is never going to die. It's just picks up something a little different, but basically that thread of mod design, it runs right through it, and that's what I think is amazing after all these years later.
Absolutely, the nature of modernism, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's a timeless design. You know, it's a timeless fashion that will always be accepted, because I mean, I just wish I was a bit slimmer. I used to be like a beanpole then, you know.
And back then you didn't have stylists. You know, now a band like yourselves, they might have professional stylists who would be telling them what to wear and telling them what to put with, but you looked absolutely incredible. How did that come about? Who was in the band?
I think what it was is because we were the first generation of teenagers after the war, the Second World War, and I grew up in the East End, and it was like very much bomb ruins we used to play on, and grey fog, and everyone wore grey and black, and so there was no colour. So us as teenagers just sort of went, we're going to liberate ourselves, and so we just wore colour. It's like, so we would buy reds, pinks, and you know, white Levi's and stuff like that, and we would scrub all our jeans, like to get them like this.
What did you use? Stones?
Carbolic soap and a scrubbing brush. Yeah.
And so John Stevens, you've mentioned, were there any other, and Toppers, we said, would you get your shoes in Toppers? That was a legendary shop.
Yeah, no, it was great. They did lots of different shoes, different colours shoes. There's this one story I tell quite a lot, which is we were going off to a gig and the car was parked right behind us, and I said to the guys, I won't be long, I'm just going to get some clothes. So they were waiting for me, and when I bought these clothes, I decided to wear them as I bought them. So I went in and bought these trousers, which were every single, like check, but every different colour, small check, right? And then socks, same thing. And then in toppers, they had shoes, every different colour. Then I got a shirt, same. And then I got a belt, the same. Then I got a jacket, the same. And as I was walking towards them, they all jumped in a car, and the car reversed up because they didn't want anything to do with me. I looked like Coco the Clown. I was just taking fashion to its extreme.
And do you still use the shops here now, and do you still go to tailors and dictate the cut and event and everything you want?
I do, but not as much. But I mean, I've been into some of these shops here, and yeah, and I wish I could wear some of the stuff because they're very tight fitting, and you know, and yeah, no, but I'll go shopping later.
And I mean, it's incredible the impact that the small faces and the faces have had, but the small faces in particular we're honouring today, who worked together for just 4 years. I mean, how can you explain that phenomena?
I don't know. I mean, it's really peculiar because at the time I couldn't see what people saw in us, you know. So it's only as time has gone on, and I listened and see ourselves on video and listen to albums, and I go, oh, they're great, they're really good, and they look really cool, and I go, shit, that's me. Wow, and I have to pinch myself and go, wow, and now I can see what people saw in us all these years later, but never at the time. But we were ahead of our time, I think.
And apparently Don Arden did say that you were the greatest band ever, didn't he, as well? He believed that?
Yeah, he did, yeah, bless his heart.
Absolutely. And so tell us a bit about when they rang you up. I mean, and what did they say? Hello,
well,
you're going to have a plaque.
I got a call from a lady called Val Whedon, OBE, who's very much our age, and she was a lifetime Small Faces fan, and she's a big campaigner. I don't quite know what, but she's quite well known. But she campaigned with the City of Westminster to get this plaque with all the fans, and all the fans, like she told me, have clubbed together and paid for this plaque. I don't know what it costs, but you know, but it's the sentiment that behind it that means a great deal.
Absolutely. And so it was just coincidental that we lost Don Arden this summer.
It was coincidental, and because he would have loved this moment, and the real tragedy is not only is Don Arden not here, who recently passed away, and Ronnie Lane and Steve Marriott.
Absolutely, 97 and 91.
And I feel quite lonely when it comes to being here on this particular occasion without them. Yeah. It's strange. Although they're here somewhere.
Absolutely. We'll bump into them later at the unveiling, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And just tell us a little bit about what you're up to now, because your new band launched in 2005. You had a great debut album, great success touring. What's going on? It's
we went to America and spent 2 years working on over there, but we had the first single that we released over there came straight in the charts at 15 and went straight to number 1 for 12 weeks. I couldn't believe it's unbelievable. I was just like, wow, because I mean, like, we've got loyal fans over here, we've got them over there, and I'd forgotten all about that, you know. So there's a Carnaby over there, you know. Why
do you think the Small Faces were also so popular in the States as well? Because they're a very British band.
Well, it's got a cult following, mainly because of Ogden's Nut Gone Flake and the fact that the fashion went over there as well. And the Faces really sort of extended that into a different kind of style of fashion. It was very colourful, frillish stuff and whatever, you know.
And I read that Ogden's was never actually performed live. Is that right?
No, it wasn't actually. It's one of the regrets I've got, that we never actually got around to doing that. But I'm making that into a full-length feature film, animation feature film, and we're redoing some of the songs with special guests and different people like.
Can I ask when we might expect to see that?
Well, it's quite a long project. I'm still working on the storyline, which changes all the time, because the actual original storyline is quite thin when you write it all down. So we have to
Happiness Stands.
Oh, Happiness Stand and all that lot will be in there, yeah. So it's going to be really cool. We're going to get, like I said, special guests to perform certain things. And the great thing now is it's timeless, so I can keep it very contemporary, so I can get some really young artists, some now artists, along with some historic ones.